In this video, we're going to get started on what happens as we execute our S3 upload. So we left off and we were doing the Axios call. And right before we do the Axios call, after we get our request URL, our video URL back, we're going to set drop zone to false. And we're going to have something for the title and the URL. We're going to start the title off as the file name, and the URL we know for the video is going to be the video URL. And we're going to add a bunch of stuff to state. So we had the file in the progress, the drop zone. Now we have title, description, URL, poster, completed. That's going to be for the whole thing, and then ID. And that's going to be the ID of the new video once we save it. So I created a bunch of style objects up here, longer than I can describe. You have to check out the code. But basically what we're doing is we have one setup that we've already seen, and then we now have a second setup for after you click the upload button. So we have drop zone true. So if we go down to render, we're going to get a bunch of stuff off of state when we render. And then we're going to say if the drop zone's true, that's when we render what we saw before. But if the drop zone's false, after we click this, this button is going to turn it false eventually through those functions up there. Then we're going to render a whole separate, we're going to use the same container style, but we're going to use a column setup here. Right now we're sticking a thumbnail in here with another placeholder, image, and then we're going to have a little text here and some conditional rendering. This is just going to count the progress for us besides our progress bar, which is going to do that as well. We have a linear progress bar here, mode determinant, and the value is going to be progress. And we've got style for that as well. But we've basically got a grid layout here, different columns and rows. And this is the button to submit again. So once we've gotten that request URL, that's going to switch our screen, and then we're going to be able to enter in a title, description, and eventually a poster and some other stuff. Right now we're just keeping it simple. We've got a couple text fields, one for the title, one for the description. Description is a multi-line. And we got an empty div here we haven't really styled yet. But the key is to take a look at, definitely take a look at the code on GitHub here. There's a lot going on, especially up here with all the different styles. A lot of flex containers, a couple grid containers. Probably the best is to show you what I'm talking about, show you how it works. We're going for a rough approximation of what YouTube looks like. It's pretty tough to get it exact, but we don't do too bad a job. I'll sign in with my Google account, create a new user. And we haven't done much with this user landing page, but we don't really need to. That's just to get the token and this avatar. And we can go to upload. And this is where we left off last time. You remember you can get this this SVG, I put it up on my AWS bucket, so anyone that does the tutorial can use the same my SVG that I made here. And we just click on this or drag something into it. And right now it's got to be a WebM video, although you can rig it up for any kind of video if you want to. Or you can put like asterisks there and do all kinds of video. I'll just pick a random video out of here. Then we get this upload button, and we get just the name of the file. And as soon as we click the upload button, it's going to kick that drop down state, or the drop zone state is true. But along the road of our functions here, after we've already gotten our request URL, then we're going to set it to false. Then we're going to call the upload pretty much right after it. That's when we send it. And then as I mentioned before, we render one thing, the drop zone's true, and as soon as drop zone's false, we render something completely different in the same component. So watch what happens when we hit upload. So as soon as we hit upload, it's going to upload a little slower because I'm making a video, but you get the idea. We got our status over here. This isn't really doing anything right now. This would be a thumbnail on YouTube, and we got a place to put in a title. You can change that, because remember, nothing's saved to the database yet. We're only just saving the video to the bucket right now. We can put anything we want in here. We can say YouTube clone video, whatever it was, 14. And this is the description for video 14 in my tutorial series. In the series, we make a clone of the popular site YouTube. Blah, blah, blah. And once it's fully uploaded, then we can hit publish. And that's what's going to save it to the database. Right now we don't have anything with poster. Still looking into different ways that I might want to do that. I don't know if I want to do another. It's looking like we might have to do an image upload off of this screen. Maybe another drop zone. I haven't quite figured out how to get still images off of our video file yet. I've never done that before. YouTube does it, so there must be a way to pull still images off of a video. I don't know if I have to render it somewhere in the background or what I have to do. So I might just go with another drop zone where you can pick any cover you want. But I'm gonna look into it. But for now, we're not gonna have a poster for it. Right now, we're just gonna publish it. So you come over and you can click publish, and that's going to open up this link to watch your video, clear these things. I may add something bigger in the user interface to let you know that the video is saved, but for now, basically going off what YouTube has. And then the idea is you click on that, and it's going to bring you to a dedicated screen for the video. On YouTube, it would have your video, and then it would list some sort of usually related videos would be listed over here, and the majority of the screen would be taken up by the main video and a place to leave comments and so forth and so on. But right now, we'll start working on rendering our video component.